Hey guys, it's Jasmine from Jasmine's Eternal Circle. I wanted to talk a little bit about tarot. Now, I talked a little bit about on it on my TikTok, but I want to kind of say this. Okay, tarot is good for getting guidance and assistance on different things, so career, advice, etc. Tarot is good for perspective outcomes. Okay, tarot is good for helping in one's journey of the self and spiritual journey aspects. Tarot is good for assessing yourself, your strengths and your weaknesses. Okay, these are the things that are somewhat, those things are good for tarot. All right. Now, when I say perspective outcomes, I mean perspective, as in it's not going to be cement blocked that it is official. Okay? When I say that, that means that anything can change. We have outer influences that come in and kind of kibosh the idea, or our universe goes, not today. All right? So I'm telling you that it's a perspective outcome. And of course, if you don't like the outcome of a reading, what are you going to do about it? You're going to change the outcome, obviously. One thing that, as a tarot reader, I really, really dislike is someone who comes in to get a reading done and then goes ahead and states after I'm done the reading, oh, well, I got a reading from 4 or 5 other readers that all say different things. Now I'm confused. Don't do that. Okay? Of course you're going to be confused. You've just asked for 5 different readings on different levels of emotional states. Your emotional state is going to dictate what cards are going to be laid out. Hello? Calm it. You need to let life just be life sometimes. All right? Yes, it's good to do a tarot reading here and there. Okay? Just like it's good to have a chocolate bar here and there. But you don't see me eating chocolate bars every day or every minute. Okay? It's the same as tarot reading. Right? Don't go to 5 different readers and then be completely confused as to what's going to happen. Your perspective is going to change because each energy of that reader is different, and then you have a different emotional feeling when you get to a different reader. So therefore, your perspective is going to be unknown. And after a while, your spirit guides are going to go, well, I already told you once, told you twice. I am not going to tell you a third, fourth, fifth, sixth time. That's not my place. That's not my job. I already told you. Stop that. They get kind of pissy. Not going to lie. All right? Another thing about tarot readings, okay? As much as I love to be able to assist with love readings, I love it. I love helping others out with love readings. What I can't understand is that if you feel that your person is cheating on you and you come to me to ask if they're cheating on you, then to me that states that that relationship is on very thin water to begin with. If you don't have that trust in your partner, then why are you asking me if they're cheating on you? All right? If you don't trust your partner, there's no trust in the relationship. I'm just going to state the obvious on that one. All right? So it's very important that when you consider a relationship reading, and if you have those type of feelings, right, those feelings go into the reading that I'm going to do, and I'm going to pick up on those feelings. So it couldn't necessarily mean that he's not cheating on you, but somehow the cards are saying that they are cheating on you, right? So I mean, it's very important to really sit down with your partner and communicate with them. Tarot is not going to tell you whether or not they are cheating on you. That's just not how it is. Okay? I mean, yes, other readers will tell you, oh no, it will. And they are cheating on you, or no, they're not cheating on you. Okay? It's very important though to understand that tarot is limited on those types of answers. And if you are feeding it emotionally, then yes, I'm going to pick up on that, and I'm going to be able to pick that card up and be like, yep, he's cheating on you, and when he's not really cheating on you. That's why it's very important for you to sit down and communicate with your partner and be able to be open in the air about it, okay? None of this dodgy business. Please. I'm happy to do a love assessment. I'm happy to see where the energy's at. I'm happy to do a reading of potential relationships that are coming through or what needs to be worked on in the relationship. That's all right. All right. But if you're asking me if he's cheating on you, please talk to your partner. It's so important. All right. Or if you feel that way, go get counseling together. All right. Tarot is great in many perspectives and looking at strengths and weaknesses per se, okay? So I could have all these awesome strengths, but I'm not looking at the weaknesses, right? And the weaknesses are what we want to build on. That's why I offer the self-polarity card pull, because it shows our weaknesses and something that we can build on and make it stronger along with all of our strengths. It's so important. It's so important to be able to grow, right? And not just get an answer of random questions that we have. It's nice to have the answers to those random questions, but it's so nice to be able to learn and to be able to grow as a human, all right? And be able to grow in our spiritual paths and be able to grow in our self paths and financial paths and all the other great stuff that we have to life, all right? So that's where the self-polarity pull comes through, right? Very, very good to learn about our strengths and weaknesses. Also, messages from spirit guides. You know, having a card pull for a message from spirit guide is awesome because sometimes we don't listen to our intuition and we forget that they also send us messages through dreams or through objects. Okay, daily objects. It could be a flower, it could be a coin, it could be a cat, right? As I look at Zell. But having a message relayed from a tarot pull from your spirit guide can help us kind of reroute ourselves if we need to, or take a closer look at things that we need to take a look at. All right, there are so many messages out there that are great. Okay, there are so many ways that you can utilize tarot which are great. Some of them not so great, but for the most part, it's great. What I will say is never get a reading done, or if you are doing a reading, never do a reading if you're sick. If you are sick, if you're feeling unwell, if you're feeling emotionally unbalanced, if you're feeling like you need, to just hide away from the world and recharge. Yeah? And if you think that your tarot reader is feeling a little bit off, maybe ask for that money back. Okay? If you are paying for money. I will say that having a reading, doing a reading when you're sick really affects the reading overall because it changes the energy and the person is just not plugged in like they should be. So never, ever, ever, ever do a reading if you're sick. Never, ever, ever get a reading done from someone you think is sick or needs a sabbatical. All right? Another thing about reading, all right, is don't read the cards every day. You have a life. You have a purpose. Go and live it. You don't need to know what's going to happen every minute of every day. You don't need to know what's going to happen every day. Just live your life. And if you feel like you need a tarot card reading, get a tarot card reading. But if you feel like there's a message out there for you, then go get that message. But don't get one every day, because eventually what happens is that we get so many different messages on every other day or every day that it starts to confuse our energy, and it confuses about where we should be going in our path and what we should be doing. Okay? Also, your spirit guide's probably getting fed up going, dude, this is not the right answer for you. I just answered that question like 2 days ago, and you're looking for a new answer that is going to be the same. Eventually they just start going, all right, and throwing some shade in those cards so that way it just throws you off entirely. And I'm not lying about it, because I've had that experience done when I was younger. Okay, I used to read tarot every day, and they'd be throwing some shade because they're like, look, we just told you. Can you stop asking the same question? Can you stop looking for the same outcome? All right? It's one thing if you're trying to find an affirmation of the day, like, say, this is what this deck is great for, okay? An affirmation of what today is going to bring you, all right? But it's one thing to actually have a whole card reading a day, or to find a card to confirm something every day of that week, right? Eventually, you're going to have too many different answers from probably multiple readers that eventually just kind of don't coincide, which leads to confusion. All right, so I think I've covered that very well. Also, I would say that it's very important to research your readers, okay? Very important to research your readers, okay? There's a lot of people out there that are doing these readings and everything else, especially with the soulmate drawing thing or past life drawing thing, okay? You know what's authentic, okay? When it's original. When you see more than one painting from the same person, okay, and they're all different, that means they're original. However, I was watching a TikTok the other day about this soulmate experience or whatever, the drawing of the soulmate, and these 4 individuals got the same picture of the same person. That is one high-class scam. So when we're picking readers, we are picking a reader that A, resonates with us, B, has the experience, and C, is well connected. We want a well connected reader that knows what they are doing and knows their cards. They should have foundations and basics of tarot to begin with, and they should also have a good connection when it comes to spirit as well, because sometimes a little bit oomph makes it just a little bit better. I'm not dumping on any tarot readers that don't do it spiritually, but a little bit of extra kick always tends to make the reading a little bit better. All right. When you're getting into a tarot reading that is just tarot itself, the messages are still very strong and they're still very, very much in tune with what you need to hear. But when you have someone who is an intuitive reader or someone who is a channeled reader, that energy is just a little bit more stronger than what you would expect from an actual tarot reader. So, to recap, okay, research your tarot reader, make sure that they know the foundations of tarot, and make sure that you resonate with that reader and that reader's energy. So important. So I think I've covered that kind of tarot-y aspect. If I think of anything else, I'll probably record it. Anyways, I hope you found this very informational, and I hope that this kind of helps you with the whole tarot bits of things. All right. Like I say, at most of these points, I'm not dumping on any readers. I'm not dumping on people. I'm just stating what I have experienced and what I have dealt with. So please, please, please understand that this is coming from a world of my experience and not anybody else's. So don't take this in offense. All right. As always, much warmth. Have a good one, guys.